Hey, hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are Spiritual Vacancy, me and Mona Lee's podcast. I am Brooke Ann. I am a psychic medium and Reiki practitioner. And by the way, we are here to help fill your spiritual void. And
Yes, I'm Mona Lee. I'm an energy healer, hypnotherapist, owner of Beautiful Mind. And I love everything about the mind, everything about the body, everything about all that good stuff. And filling the spiritual void, we actually do that on our own. And we've done it for a while because we've gotten these wonderful readings with cardology. And that's what we're here to talk about today. It's kind of share our experiences about what we experienced when we got readings with Pip on cardology, because I love the fact that it is a mix of numerology, because we've talked about that in one of our past podcasts as well as numerology, and a mix of astrology, which your planetary positions don't change when you come into this world, and we're incarnated in this world at that time of your day of birth. It's really fascinating what kind of gets set into place.
Mhm.
And then every 52 days, or is it, yeah, every 52
Mhm.
days, things shift in your life and in your energy. So we just wanted to share our personal things that we've noticed as far as with these readings and what to expect and what it's like. And
How
yeah,
fascinating it is.
it
Like when you
really is.
sign up to do readings with Pip, how just accurate. And this is one thing we didn't talk about on her episode is how you can give everybody's information. So, your spouse, your best friends, people from the past might be like played a role in your life somehow, even if they're not currently in your life, but as long as you know their birth date. And your parents, everybody, your kids, all of that stuff, you give her as many dates. So you could give her, one, or you could give her 20, and they'll show up in your life chart on
Mhm.
when they played a role, how they play a role, who's significant. And it's crazy because there will be times where you'll put people in your chart and you haven't heard from them in a long time. And then you'll do your reading with Pip, your 52-week reading with her. And she's like, oh, who's this person? Because they're coming in your chart. And don't you know it? They'll call, text, email, they'll show up randomly. I mean, you're like, no way. It's so cool how it works like that.
It is. It's very bizarre, isn't it? I've even, whenever we were starting to work together and do our podcast together and do all of the retreats and all of we've got so many things in plan. And I was like, what in the world is happening with Brooke? Because it is on. And anytime we work together and anytime we plan things together, like the day that we wrote the retreat and all the details, we were just going boom, 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 boom. And what's interesting in cardology is that you are a king of diamonds and I am an ace of diamonds. And we just work so well together because we're right next to each other energetically. It just works. It just works so well together. So I love that people are able to, whether it's business relationship, whether it is a romantic relationship, whether it is a friendship, whether it is like a child to a parent relationship, there's so much information that comes through the energy of the cards. And I know we've talked about the karma cards as far as that I am my daughter, my youngest daughter,
Mhm.
I am her karma and she is my karma. Like I owe her something, she owes me something, but I can receive something and she can receive something. So it's a nice symbiotic relationship. So when running through the harsher times of head butting or whatnot, then like today, she's 16 years old. She is learning how to drive. Today, she drove us to the gym to go to our workout. So as she was driving, just for a moment, we had a little moment of just butting heads. And I said, baby, you're here to teach. She's like, Mommy, I'm sorry. I was like, honey, you're here to teach mommy patience. And I am here to also possibly teach you the same thing. It's just part of a karmic relationship that is beautiful. And I'm so grateful, so grateful. So the more we know about our loved ones, the more we know about ourselves, the more we can really hone in, right? And have that little roadmap of our own lives, if you will. So, yes. What is
That's
your favorite part of cardology so far, of what you've noticed or what
hmm.
you've learned in your own chart, Brooke?
It's interesting like I love the cards about it. I love how people are interconnected, which we just found out like 2 minutes before we hopped on here, where my husband and my son have two of the same cards, which is seven of clubs in their birth card. And then what's interesting is Mona's card is a seven of clubs, but it's in her planetary because your birth card's the ace of diamonds. My birth card is the king of diamonds, and then it's interesting that you have the same card. So it's like, this is destined. It was like meant to be that we work together, we have similar views. Like it just flows too, by the way. When we work together, there's
Mhm.
just this respect that we have for each other where it's like we listen, we acknowledge each other's opinions and then go from there. And I love it. And I love
Mhm.
that we're on the same page a lot. But then with like the cardology, it's cool because she'll tell you things like, are you traveling this week? Is this going on in your life? Watch out for this person because this person might be bringing like, something negative into you or something like that, right? So it's like,
Mhm.
and half the time I'm like, I don't know anybody like that. Like when she looks at my cards, she's like, oh, good. Nobody is in your cards that would cause this. So that's kind of nice, right? Or
Yes.
she talks about the good karma. So
Mhm.
in my life, she told me I hope I'm saying this right. I have no past karmic things that I have to overcome in this life. It's all
Uh-huh.
karma that's owed to me in this life. So,
Aren't you lucky? Aren't
yes,
you
that's what I was
lucky?
thinking.
Aren't you lucky? Oh, you
I
did
was
something good in your last couple lifetimes. I tell you what.
I was thinking that too. I said, oh, thank
Uh,
God that my karma, I've washed my hands of any karma
yes,
from the past and I've, made peace with it evidently in this life. I've not.
right.
But what's
I
interesting
love
is
it.
my mom, she is and I don't remember the suit, but like my
Mhm.
mom is a six, her planetary card's a six, her birth card is a six of something. And
Mhm.
those are double karma cards. So the six
Mm.
in cardology is karmic.
Interesting,
Yes.
interesting. And there's, different times of I love that on the 52-day update, I'm like, when is my Jupiter period? When is my Jupiter period? I can't wait to get my Jupiter period. And what that means is that is your time for it planetarily, where you take your energy and you go, you grow, you go, you illuminate things, you just push forward. And right now I'm in my double Jupiter time frame. So I
Me
can't
too.
believe, yeah, I can't believe
I'm
how like very motivated that I can't get enough hours in the day because I have this, and this, and this, and this that I want to accomplish. But it's almost like, yes, I feel that energy, that it is actually a double Jupiter energy for me because we have a 7-year spread, we've got a yearly, cardology spread, and then we have our 52-day, and it's double. And it's so incredible because when you know your time to shine, you
mm,
just do what you got to do and get it done because you
yep.
know that is in your support, in
Mm-hmm.
your wheelhouse. And it's so incredible, isn't it? The,
Yes.
yeah.
I just looked. So she sends you these charts and she emails them to it. It's so complicated. There's no way me and Mona could like describe it on today's podcast. But so starting my birthday, July 2nd of 2024, I'm in Jupiter. So
Mhm.
this year is going to be great, right? Because this is my Jupiter
Wow.
year, but I'm also
Yeah.
in my Jupiter. What is that?
Period of time. The 52-day update. Yes, you're a double Jupiter.
No, what's the other thing? I'm sorry. What's the other
You have the yearly spread, and then you also have the 52-day spread.
Okay,
So
what's the other one where I know this is gonna be confusing for listeners. What's the other one where it's like from the age of 39 to 52?
52,
That's
yes.
Jupiter as well.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Because that is your time to expand. Because
Yes.
I'm about to hit my Saturn period on my next birthday. And that's my time to kind of just sit still and do what you got to do and cross your T's and dot your I's. I'm thinking, oh, I got to write out my living will just in case I die. But it's always
Oh,
good to be ready for those things anyway. But just really getting everything in order is
That
what that
Saturn
Saturn
period?
time, yeah, the Saturn period of
Ah,
and
okay.
it also is where you run into possible challenges or just, if you're going through any kind of things with law or things with rules and regulations, like I had become during Saturn period of a 52-day period of Saturn, I had to do a lot of paperwork for the legalities of my mother as her power of attorney. So
Okay.
I had to do a lot of paperwork and a lot of things I couldn't stand doing, but it really helped me knowing, well, no wonder I'm in my Saturn period. And that's
Okay.
also when my car broke down, was in my Saturn period, which is
Ah,
also things of mechanical things. Mercury is another part of that as well. That's where things kind of like Mercury retrograde in astrology, where you feel like everything's running backwards or you're getting the same life lessons again and again and again that show up during that period of time. So it is interesting.
now
It
is
is
Mars the bad one? Is Mars where you might have
no, I
no?
see Mars as a good one because it's energy. It is a lot of fire energy. Mars
Okay,
is
that's what it is.
ruled by Aries, but it's like or rules the Aries sign. But Mars is an energy that is like it is like propelling forward. It's a fire energy. So
Gotcha.
when you're in your Mars period, it is like I had a moment, I had one particular week in this last period of time that I had a double Mars, and she warned me in my reading. She says, now be careful with your patience because you're going to have a lot of aggression. You're going to have a lot of pissiness. You're going to have your mind is going to be working so quickly at double time with double Mars that you're going to have to make sure you're patient with all those around you. And I found myself kind of pushing my loved ones around me or even my clients, like, come on, if do what you got to do, and
Mhm.
really that extra energy that I had to, bring awareness to so that I wasn't too aggressive.
Yeah,
It's also a very masculine energy. So it's also good to know that what if you're in your Mars period and you've got a lot of action steps to go forward in, then that's also a good thing because then you can hone in on that energy of
right.
time.
And you
Yeah.
can ask her
And
questions
also,
too.
oh, the what now?
You can ask her questions too
Oh,
about
yes, she's
what's to come.
wonderful. Yes, you can ask her specific questions of what to expect. I like when she tells me the week to play the lottery. I don't play the lottery, but she tells me this is a lucky week, if you're
I'm like, she
like
better
in
be right.
Venus. Yeah.
We're coming
Like, when
after
do
you, Pip, if you're not right.
I
But
I'll split it with you, Pip. If I win $1 million, I'll split it with you.
definitely, I would too be like, Pip, you're good. Don't you worry.
Yep.
Thank you for this, tip. But like I'm having surgery on August 27th. So
Mhm,
when I asked her when she's doing my yearly that's coming up, because she'll do your 52 weeks, but then she's doing, July 2nd, 2024 to July 2nd, 2025, which that's a whole
mhm,
year of what's to come. I said, will
mhm.
you look at my chart and see if August 27th is a good week to have surgery? I don't know yet because I haven't had my session with her yet, but I will coming up soon. But if she says no, I might change it.
You know what? I've done that, Brooke, with my spiritual retreats, and when I'm doing like plant medicine retreats and
Yeah.
theta brainwave retreats at our home front here. And she said, okay, that particular time is Neptune. You don't want to do a retreat during that time because of those energies, but you do want to do it during this time or this time. So I break it down to specific days, even
Okay.
because every day of the week, and that's something that's really neat to pay attention to. For example, like the day you were born on a Tuesday, right?
I was born
So
on a
then,
Monday.
oh, on a
Hmm.
Monday. So every day has a certain energy to it. I was born on a Wednesday, which is a Mercury day. That's a day of expression or communication or art or singing or writing, and that's my primary day of energy is to
Yes.
do. Yes,
Yeah,
and
she said
Monday, I
mine was
forget what
Monday.
Monday
I
was.
have no
Monday is the
idea.
moon. Monday is the moon.
Oh, and I'm a
That's your
moon child.
ruling planet. Yeah, you're a moon child, and that's
Mhm.
your ruling planet is everything about how you feel,
And I'm a
right?
Cancer, which is ruled by the
Yes,
moon. So I'm like a
exactly.
double moon, but Monday's
Yep,
supposed to be my best day to work,
yep,
supposedly. But like,
yep.
I don't even want to work half the time on Mondays. Like,
That's why I call Mondays Mona Mondays. I do
kidding.
what I want when I want and how I want to, and nobody's
Right?
going to tell me what to do. But it's a day also to reflect. So seriously, a
Yeah.
moon day for everyone on the planet on Mondays is your moon day, Monday. And it's just a nice time to take time for yourself and reflect and then see how you really feel. And this goes for everybody on the planet.
I think
So
everybody should take Monday off. I think everybody should have a 3-day weekend where they have like Sunday, Saturdays, well, if you can, but like take
yeah.
Monday off. Cause then Tuesday, you can't say, oh, it's just a Monday. It's cause we're,
Exactly, because that was a program, wasn't it? On what days was what, and the whole entire society has been set up on that way of that 5-day work week.
yeah, I
I feel like we're
know.
jumping into another rabbit hole here, but it's so true because in California, they're only doing a 4-day work week. And they're
Which is great.
finding that working less hours in the day can be a lot more productive. So I think that it's great for people to take Mondays off if they have the ability to do that.
I
And
wish. Not
yeah.
yet. One day though. One day I'll
Yeah,
take Mondays off,
but
but not yet.
you can, yes.
Yeah. Oh
I've
yeah.
done that and it feels good because it's like when you're doing what you love and loving what you do and you are your own person and entrepreneur, you can do it. I know not everyone's able to do that if they're in the nine
Right.
to five type of thing or
Right. Of
the
course.
corporate world. So
Yeah.
that's respectable, that's understandable. But there's always one day that is honorable for every person.
Yes. However, whatever day of the week it is for them is
Yeah,
perfect. Yeah. As long as you guys do
exactly.
it, take a day for
Yep.
yourself for sure. Do not work
Yeah,
7 days a week. That's crazy. You got one
exactly.
day for just to do nothing if you want to do
Yes,
nothing or do everything. Anything that your heart
exactly.
desires. But yeah, Pip's readings are scarily accurate,
Mhm.
and it is all in the cards, which is crazy because it's
It
all
is.
playing cards from like the two of spades all the way to the ace of diamonds, spades,
Mhm.
everything. I mean, it is insane that everybody is born with like playing cards.
It is interesting. It is interesting. Anytime that I have a reading with her, one of my favorite things to do is that she'll tell me what energy is there, like say, oh yeah, five of something or another is there, and that's a death of something, that's the ending of something, or that's travel, or that's sudden changes. And during this particular time, get ready for that unless you know a person that's that five of whatever, five of spades, then that person might have an influence during that time. So it's so cool to see whether you know a person or not that has that card, or it keeps you on the forefront in your mind to kind of keep an eye out for that person or that energy that
Yeah.
would be happening for your life at that time. So it is just so fascinating, and there's so much to learn every time I get a reading, and I've been doing it for a few years now of getting my readings. And but there's so much to learn that I'm just like, what is this? And what does that mean? And what is planetary? What is birth card? And what's happening here? So
No, it's so cool too. It's like I
it
look
is.
forward to her readings
Mhm.
every 7 weeks.
Yep.
Right? Every
Yep.
7 weeks to figure out
Yep.
what's
Your
going to be
planets change.
happening. And it's always accurate. Like if I have a lot of groups, like group events that month,
Mhm.
it's in the cards. Like
It
she's
is.
doing a lot with groups. And then the next 7 weeks might be more one-on-ones or more different, things happening in my life. And every time it's on point. Every
Yeah,
time.
isn't it something? I try not to make it like a self-fulfilling prophecy type of thing
No,
and read
definitely not.
ahead. Like I try not to go, okay, next week, what am I looking forward to?
No,
I
yes.
just kind of let the flow of life happen,
100%.
but then knowing in the back of my mind what planet is there and what kind of energy to look for. And then after that week or that week, those weeks are done, I look back going, oh my goodness, wow, that did happen. Or oh my goodness, it makes sense that this thing happened. And it helps us to really understand. It's another beautiful tool that helps us understand our own lives, like a roadmap. Like she says,
Right.
it's a roadmap.
And I'm
And
like
who?
you, I don't predict. I look back at the notes. And then you could look
Yep,
back at your notes, and that's when you're like, oh my God, she was right. Like, this is what happened, and this is,
yep,
what went on. And so it is nice, but no, definitely don't do anything like self-fulfilling or hope that it
mhm,
works out that way because it's going to work out however it's supposed to. But it is
yep.
just interesting when you look back because it's a lot of notes, y'all. I mean, you're on the
It
phone
is.
with her for at least an hour taking notes
Mhm,
for every week and what role people play in it. So, I mean, it's a lot of
mhm,
information. And
yep.
sometimes I'll forget, like I'll take the notes, put it aside, and then I will look back at them right before our next reading.
Right, exactly. I
Mhm.
like the notes of how she prints it out too. She'll put all the people in your chart who's in your chart, and then she'll give you a little space to be able to fill in the blanks, and that's really helpful. And I find that when I print that out before I have a reading, that I can go, okay, Mars period, okay, what's this all about, and what's this energy? And she'll just say, okay, this is a masculine energy. This is the time to keep an open mind. This is your time to keep on writing and creating. This is the week that, be aware of. And I just like, I love it. I love it.
Or two. It's
Who doesn't want a roadmap for how in the world to go through this journey of life? Because this life of every one of us have this a life that we're like, it's nice. We always say, like in parenting, wouldn't it be nice to have an instruction manual? Well, this is it.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
it.
It's to
This is
help
your
guide
instruction
you.
manual.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So it's like numbers and planets don't change the moment you are on this earth.
Mhm.
Period. Just like your biorhythms. People can measure their biorhythms every single day. And the moment, if you know the time you're born, your biorhythms are set where you can find information about yourself and get an app. They're free.
Yep.
An app on when you're highly the most intellectual time frame of when you're functioning physically, emotionally, and spiritually. All those are are set the moment you're born, and it doesn't change. It's fascinating.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
awesome. Yep.
Mhm.
And I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh well. It's good.
We could jump through a bajillion.
Yes, I'm like, oh, so what was I
Right.
gonna say? Oh well, but definitely book a reading with her, and you can just do like your yearly. You don't have to sign up for the, every 57 weeks or 52 days or whatever it might be. But it's beneficial to do that. But she
Exactly.
works with everybody. You know what I mean? Whatever anybody wants. She's so awesome, and she just kind of goes with the flow. But we definitely recommend it if you're into stuff like that because like we said on the podcast, so many people are like, "Well, I don't know my birth time, so I could never get an astrology. It's just too vague at that point." And it's like, she doesn't need that. She
Yeah,
just needs your date. No time,
exactly.
just the
That's
date.
right.
No,
That's
no
right.
year that you were born, no time, just the day.
Well,
So
I think she needs to know the year that you were born if you're doing your full entire spread, but she doesn't need to know the years of all the other people that are in your
correct.
life.
Yes, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
and you
That's
could
what I
just
meant.
say, hey, July 22nd, and
Yes.
then you don't need a year for all your people. So you can give up to what, 20 names or something, or
Yeah,
25 names of
a
people. And
lot.
I don't even know that many people. I do, but I don't. But not, I mean, with the
Not anybody
significance
I'd
in
want
your
to
life.
touch.
Yeah. Not anyone that I'm that close with.
No, I think I have like eight. Like,
Yeah. They say we're
like
lucky if we can count them all on one hand. We are so
right.
blessed, right?
Close friends, family, that's
That's
it.
right.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it. Not a lot. I
That
don't have a
is
lot going
right.
on there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I am so grateful to be able to share this with our listeners. And
Yeah.
if y'all need to reach out to either one of us, I'm Beautiful Mind SC or Beautiful Mind with Mona Lee. Just Google me. I'm on there. And same with Brooke. Yeah.
Yeah. You can
Where
find
can
me
people
at
find?
mediumbrokeann@gmail.com or my website, mediumbrokeann.com or Facebook, Spiritual Medium Broke Ann. You can always send me a message, email me, whichever you prefer. So just let
Oh,
me know if
yes.
you need her
Or look,
number.
yes. And then also Pip, you could find her information through, I think it was, yes, Delphi49 at gmail.com. I don't know why that's stuck in my head, but
I'm
Delphi,
glad it did because I forgot.
DELPHIE 49 at gmail.com is Pip's information. Or you could just call one of us or email one of us, and then we'll get you her information. So yeah,
Yeah. So you guys
yeah.
go check her out. Hopefully she'll get a Facebook page soon so people can contact her there too. I know she's going to work on that because it would be
Mhm.
good for people to have a page to go to as well, or she might be able to describe certain things better on a Facebook, certain things. If she decides to go that route. I know she talked about it, but we enjoy her so much. We wanted to do this episode just about kind of our charts and what we enjoy about her. So we hope you guys enjoyed and y'all have a beautiful day. We will see you next week and namaste.
Namaste.